Hello everyone, this is Jordan. Welcome back to the Daily Gold YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me on the afternoon of Friday, December 13th, 2024. In this video, going to wrap up the week and look forward. And the reality of the week was it started off really strong, but with respect to gold and silver, they were turned lower after reaching or going slightly above significant short-term resistance level. So started off the week strong, but then reversed course hard. Gold closed the week up about 0.6%. Silver closed the week down minus 1.7%. And the miners, all the miner ETFs were down less than 1% on the week. So let's get to the charts. So starting off as usual, we have the daily gold candle chart here, a daily silver candle chart here, 200-day moving average here. This one below is the 200. This blue is the 150. And then these annotations here are the net speculative position in gold futures. So it was 158,000 contracts before gold broke out, 340,000 at the peak. Then it shed about 80,000 contracts down here at this low. Now it rallied. So this week, and remember, the data comes out as of Tuesday. So it does not include the sell-off to end the week. So earlier in the week is about 297,000 contracts. So I would imagine if gold were to come down here and retest this low, this number will come down, probably even go below 262,000, because as a market goes back and forth and even sideways, it will lose investors and lose speculators that way. It doesn't have to drop all the way down in a straight line for the speculators to sell. So that's something I'm looking for. This was a false breakout above 2,700 resistance. It looked really good here. You'd probably think, oh, this can rally back to 2,800, but then no, hard move down immediately after that close. And so now there is some support here. I could have put a line here right about 2650. So it closed the week at 2676. So maybe it makes a little bounce at 2650. But at this point, given the false breakout here and the hard move down, I mean, you'll see it on the weekly candle chart. I suspect that gold could come down here and potentially retest this level at 2550. Wouldn't be the end of the world. I mean, big picture, we're still in a correction here, and this can go sideways. You know, maybe it evolves into some kind of a triangle. It's really too soon to tell, but the reality is it's still in a correction. And, you know, the other scenario, think about Elliott wave corrections in ABC. A, B, maybe this was B right here. And so maybe now we're going to begin the C leg lower, and maybe that brings us down here, and that's the end of the correction. Keep an eye on the 200-day here. That's coming up 24.59 already. So that's going to be coming up here like this. So we are going to see a confluence of resistance here around 2,500. And of course, as I already said, you know, more selling, a little more consolidation. Gold comes lower to the support. You'll see this number come down materially, at least from where it is now. So, you know, if we're down here and it's 240, 250,000 contracts, that's a pretty good decline from this peak. Now, getting into silver, the daily chart here. So this was a false breakout above 32.5. This move here, hard move lower. So silver closed the week at 31. 200-day here is at 29.54. And of course, you have support here at 29 and this initial support at 30. Now, getting into the weekly, don't want to discuss it too much. I mean, we can see the ugly candle here. So the weekly support for gold is clear at the first low here at around 25.50. Then you have right here, this should be strong support around 24.50. So I think this is potentially a realistic worst case scenario. This would involve a move below the 200-day moving average or the equivalent here. So that moving average is above this strong support here. So that's what I'm looking at, you know, the 200-day. And so here's 2,500. I noted that in the daily. So that's where things are for gold. For silver, so we can see here, I've talked about 32. 32 is weekly, quarterly, and annual resistance. Very important where silver closes at the end of the month. A couple days ago, you could have said, wow, this is looking good. This is going to close above 32 for the month. Then you get a hard move down, and you can see on the weekly, failed. I mean, it traded above 32 intra-week, closed well below it at 31. So 32 on the weekly, that remains significant resistance. Support levels, so you have 26, of course, that's a worst case scenario. You could say a retest of the breakout. 29 and 28. I'll show you that in the next chart. That's something I'm looking at. So, let's look at the monthly chart. We'll talk more about this around Christmas as we get closer to the end of the month. So we can see here's the action. Here's a thumbnail. And looking at gold, clearly you could say it put in a peak here at 2,800. So this is going to be the second week, or second month, I should say, where 2,800 has held. Now you see the huge tail on this. So, another month or two of consolidation, no big deal. That's perfectly fine. I mean, we had this really strong move. So it's perfectly fine where gold could rest for 3 or 4 months. Now looking at silver, at this point, looking at the monthly, I'm more concerned with silver. I'm more concerned with focusing on silver just because we do have this strong strong support level here at 29. And, we can note here several months ago how, silver made the big move up, then it sold off. It tested multiple times intra-month, went below 29, but never closed the month below 29. So I think that will continue to hold. So we can see here, this is the support at 29. So that's not a long way down from where things are right now. It's 6 or 7%. So it's possible silver could come back down, even go below 29 intra-month, but I do think 29 should hold. Now, if we see a monthly close below 29, that could bring a retest of 26 into play. Or, you get a monthly close below 29, and that's a fake out. That's immediately reversed. So I know I'm babbling on here about multiple scenarios, but what we need to know for silver, 29, that's the key support level right now. Keep an eye on that. Okay, let's get into the stocks. Before I do, if you own mining stocks and juniors, then you should be a subscriber to the Daily Gold Premium. We cover all of the best juniors out there as far as quality and the ones that are high quality, but also high potential. That's what I'm trying to mix and match here. And in the last couple updates, the last one we did, we introduced a secondary watch list of 6 companies. There's some teaser info here. But before that, if you don't know, we did a full update on our top 10 table, top 10 companies in update number 909. And then in update number 910, we updated our top 10 watch list companies. There's 7 companies on that. So if you're not a subscriber, you can subscribe now. You can look at these tables and immediately get informed on over 20 companies, their market cap, their cash, a paragraph or two of all the important things going on that speak to their value proposition and upside potential. So would love to have you aboard the Daily Gold Premium. Thank you for that. And so moving on, let's get to the stocks. Okay, so we're looking at the daily charts here of the miners, GDX, GDXJ, SILJ. I am most focused on GDXJ, and here is the 200-day simple moving average here. So that's going to provide support in the 45s. Laterally, I'm looking at this line here, right around 43. I close at 47.01. So what is this, about 9% below where we are right now? So this would be a 9% decline, takes you to this level. Silge today broke below, again, silver juniors broke below the 200-day moving average. Not great. Closed at 1170. So here's 1050. That's the strong support. So looking at GDXJ, SILJ, roughly 9 or 10% downside. The candles the last couple of days are ugly. So, for short-term traders or, you're looking to buy something that's high quality, but it isn't that oversold, stand aside for a little while because we could see more selling to come and you could get a better opportunity. So what the charts are saying right now, no need to rush in. And finally, this is also something that I look at to evaluate opportunities and potential lows, breadth indicators. So looking at what are the percentage of GDXJ stocks, this is the top 30 GDXJ stocks, that closed above the 20-day moving average, 50-day moving average, and 200-day moving average. And so we can see right now only 12% close above the 20-day, only 4% above the 50-day. So in a short-term sense, these are getting pretty oversold. Now more medium to intermediate term, 54% closed above the 200-day moving average. Now this at the recent low was at 45%. So one thing I'm looking at is the potential for this figure to come down and fall to, 35%, 30, 25%. If you get that kind of scenario and these are near zero, and this comes down to a really strong support level, then the market is setting up for a significant low. So that's something I'm waiting for. Hopefully that happens over the next few weeks. Definitely will keep my eye on it. And that's it for this update. Thank you so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And I'll talk to you guys again in the next video, Macro Mondays. See you on Monday. Hope you have a great weekend. Thank you.